Welcome in to the Monday Morning Quarterback UK with your boys Ben, Dami and Bids. You'll see that Kriski isn't with us. We finally chopped him out the green. He just wasn't pulling his weight.
Yeah.
He just wasn't pulling his weight.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's the lightest of all three of us. But he wasn't pulling his weight. He wasn't carrying us like we need him to. So he's cut from now. He's gone for a long walk.
To Portugal.
Yeah, man, he's in Portugal doing a long walk. He's fine. He's fine. He said he might swim a little bit too. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Some kind of Iron Man. I don't know. He'll be fine. So just three of us this time. But how are we doing today, boys? How's the week been?
Yeah, doing good. It was a long day today, but really enjoyed yesterday. And Bids, do you want to tell the audience what we did yesterday?
Yeah, I did manage to get us tickets for that Titans-Ravens game. Hospitality tickets, like a 3-course meal, drink before, after. It was pure fluke through
No. We're big time now. What are you talking about? We're big time. We got invited to the game.
Yeah.
We met Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar invited us personally.
Lamar invited us personally. Toby from Love Island was there. He said, "Nice to see you, boys. I'm glad they're finally getting some big time names at the game." And we're like, say less.
Alright, some of that happened. It was good. It was a good experience all round. We had good seats. Literally got to see the players just there, just close. Like we went a couple weeks ago and it was different. We were quite far out. Like at Wembley, they're good seats around the whole place. But yesterday was different. It was different experience. Yeah, sick.
Yeah, that was unreal. Unreal. I've not done anything like that. Like I've done Club Wembley before, which is nice, comfy seats, but nothing like that close on the 50-yard line. We were on the 50. Yeah. Like we'll put some stuff up on social so you see the experience we had, but. Yeah, again, we cut Kriski before that, so he didn't get to show up. So.
Yeah, he missed out. That's his fault.
Yeah, he missed out.
So my brother got a call up. It was good. It was different. And as much as I hate Spurs, they have a nice stadium and they have good facilities.
It's a nice stadium, man.
Really nice.
But I still hate them. They suck.
I've never been to a game day where like you show up and they're like, "Welcome, sir. Here's your table for the day." I'm like, "My table for the day?"
Yeah, I can't remember what the guy that was head of the.
The restaurant.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I would shout him out, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he was cool.
He looked after us the whole time. It was an experience.
Kept bringing us food.
The drinks on tap. Even afterwards, people would come back for their food. They brought us more food.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I had a lot of hot dogs, man. It was great.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And snickerdoodles. I love the snickerdoodle. First time having it, and
we had to look up what they were.
I still don't know what it is. Is it a cookie?
Some stuff.
I'm sat there at Spurs Stadium on game day eating a steak with a red wine jus. Yeah. I'm like, this is sensational. I want to live every day like this.
Yeah. One thing I'll finish on for that little bit is I was watching a podcast. I can't remember what it's called. They have a podcast, and they were referring. It's an American one, obviously, and they were referring to the Tottenham Stadium as Hot Toddy.
What?
They were saying we went to Hot Toddy. It was around the NFL.
Oh,
Hot Toddy.
Hot Toddy.
Hot Toddy? That's just not even close. How have you? I don't know how you've hop, skip, and a jump to Hot Toddy. I don't know how you've got
Someone must have just told them that's what they call you, lot.
Oh.
Wow.
So the Spurs or just shit or
Hot Toddy? That's crazy. Wow. Okay.
All right, moving on to our first segment of the week. So we're going to go through the unknown player performance of the week. So normally it's Kriski who does it, but I'll take over from him this week.
He's gone, man.
And this time I'm actually going to go for an unknown player rather than a player that the whole league knows that he just didn't know before.
Yeah, because he wasn't doing the segment properly, so we had to cut him.
So this player is wide receiver Andre Yoshifas. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
You didn't do your prep before? You didn't try to look it up and see how
I did. I listened to a video where they pronounced his name like 5 times and I still don't think I got it.
I think that's pretty right.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like we found out A-Chain was actually A-Chan.
Yeah, A-Chain, yeah.
I think it's Devon, not Devon.
Yeah, it's Devon, yeah.
That means it's different every time.
Yeah, I do. His 3-yard pass from Joe Burrow, it was his first ever touchdown in the league and only his second pass ever in the NFL, and that effectively won the game for the Bengals over the Seahawks. So yeah, that was a pretty big moment for him, for his family, and pretty big for the Bengals as well. Led to them winning the game. So that's my unknown player performance of the week.
Cool, you've done it properly.
Yeah,
I didn't know that guy at all.
I honestly, I was driving back from the game, and your brother was just giving me updates as we drove back. But he was saying, he was like, who? I was like, wait, what? Like, and then we got a pause, and I looked and I was like, this must be a mistake. I was like, Jamar Chase's name is going to come up any second, or Joe Mixon, because who is this cat? Like, no idea who he was.
Complete rookie. Do you know he was a former heptathlete at Princeton University, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's a super athletic guy.
They all are, man. Like,
yeah.
Was he wide receiver?
Yeah, wide receiver, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so on to our next segment. Ben, you're going to give us an update on the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah, so another really interesting game for the Buffaloes. So every week we've been talking about like a crazy game, like really close, played, some crazy yards or something like that, or Deion Sanders saying something wild about his own team, like hot garbage. So this week they played Stanford, and it went to double overtime. So we've spoken about overtime. I'm not saying it again. We said it like 3 times about how overtime works, but they lost to Stanford in double overtime. They are much better than Stanford. In theory, they're much better than Stanford. But a massively entertaining game. Shad Sanders threw for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Weaver and Hunter both got 100-plus yards and 2 touchdowns each.
You lose that game. Them stats alone.
Crazy, but you'll hear the wildest stat of the game. Ayomana, for Stanford, their wide receiver, got 12 receptions for 294 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I didn't know that was possible.
Insane. So that brings me into my question, actually, which I saw that number and I was like, that's got to be up there in terms of the record.
Yeah.
So what do you think the most receiving yards is in a
game?
No, college game?
Well, it was.
Is that not? That's not it. It's more or less.
It's more than that.
350.
Nope.
470.
It's 405 by a guy called Troy Edwards for Louisiana Tech in 1998 against Nebraska. He put up 405 yards.
Did he make it into the league?
I think so. 405, that'll get you a chance. That'll get you a chance.
Surely none of his teammates got any receptions.
I didn't look at the overall stats for that game, but I just looked up the most because I thought that was a cool stat. 405. I mean, I think it was a high-scoring game, but 405 yards. I was like, 294. That's wild to me. Just think about in the NFL, if like Tua throws 300 yards, you're like, man, he's had a good passing game. This, you're like, what did the quarterback throw for in this game? Like 820 or something. Like, crazy. But just to wrap it up, their games have continued to be wildly entertaining. Doesn't matter who they're playing. They're playing everyone close, regardless if they're underdogs, favourites. They're playing everyone close.
All part of the plan.
Yeah, they played USC close. They played now Nebraska. They did fairly comfortably beat Nebraska. But their other games have all been really, really close. Like double overtime against Colorado State, which we spoke about, where everyone was just scrapping. Like crazy. Like every game they should comfortably win or comfortably lose. They hang around.
They know the scripts. They know their roles.
They must do. Deion Sanders knows what he's doing, man. He's getting their credibility up. Just watch our games. They're banging every time. But anyway, unreal game. Definitely worth a watch. I would recommend it if you can find a stream. We wouldn't recommend that. But if you find a stream, because that's not legal. But if you find a stream, it's banging. Every week they're getting numbers on numbers for their games, and it's just so entertaining. Double overtime against Stanford? Like, you should be winning that game.
Are VPNs legal?
VPNs are legal,
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know what channel shows it.
You'll find it, don't worry.
Yeah.
do a little search on our favourite browser. Do a little search and you'll find it. But it's well worth a watch. Great game.
And now moving on to game of the week. So we're going to start with bids. What was your game of the week?
I'm going to go for 49ers against the Cleveland Browns. 49ers were going in as one of the only unbeaten teams in the league.
Yes.
And they got beat. Yeah, they got beat. 19-17. I think going into it, we thought it was going to be a difficult game for the 49ers because the Browns have the best passing and rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, they're top 3 in everything. That's good.
Purdy ended up losing his first game in regular season. 15, I don't know why you're laughing already, but 15 games unbeaten, lost his first game. He obviously lost 2 of his biggest weapons being CMC, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel. They just happened to put in his worst performance as a pro, really. Yeah, go on. I know that these have just been everything. The whole world has been waiting for Purdy to have a bad game so they could just tell everybody that they were right.
It's not the whole world.
It's the majority of the world. It's me and Kriski. He's not even here to back me up.
It's his critics. The critics have always said he's on a ridiculously stacked roster. And as soon as he faces a bit of adversity, that's when we get to see if he's the real deal. He lost 2 of his best weapons, and he actually lost his left tackle. And he looked like trash.
Garbage.
He didn't play well. I'm not saying he played well.
Yeah, but
everyone has an off game.
But I don't. This is what I mean. I don't think this is off game.
Okay.
I think this is who he is if he's on a team like that. The thing, I'm not saying don't give him chances.
Yeah.
I'm not saying get rid of him. Like, absolutely. He's great value. Like, the 49ers, like, Shanahan set this up. He knows what he's doing. He's like, I'm literally going to put in the cheapest man I can, and we'll see what happens. And it works. They got rid of Trey Lance. They were like, this was a waste of money. And they really screwed up with the quarterbacks. We spoke about it before. That was a proper screw up. But I think that's reverting back to the norm. But if their plan is to keep stacking the roster around him, then he's fine. But like I said in the previous episode, I don't think they're going to be able to do that for long because they're going to have to pay everyone soon. But it works. I'm not knocking Purdy. Like, he's doing his job. But as soon as you face adversity and you crumble like that, how are you going to win a Super Bowl? That's my question mark. What happens in a Super Bowl?
But we don't know. We don't know what he's like when he faces adversity. Besides this one game, this is once. This is one time. He might pull out the bag because Debo and McCaffrey are going to be out for next week as well. So. They don't have a bye, do they? I don't know. But
they're playing next week, I think.
But he's gonna have to play. Well, he needs a couple games of adversity to make that judgment.
To be fair, it didn't help. He was playing the best defense in the league.
Exactly. A few things went against him in one game, and everyone's just jumping on him.
Yeah, they got the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna cook the Vikings because it's the
Vikings. Well, let's see. That'll be the judge. You're playing a team who are what? 3-2, 3-2, something like that.
I think Vikings are
2-3. So not doing very well. Offense isn't great. Defense is okay, not good. Yeah, well, we'll see.
They're giving away a lot of
Yeah,
points.
we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks. But
is Trent Williams back? I'd be really interested to know if Trent Williams is going to play, because if Trent Williams plays, that changes things, because that's your left tackle.
Yeah.
Like, if his left tackle doesn't play, I think they probably lose that game.
Yeah.
If he's got no Deebo Samuel, no CMC, and no left tackle, he's going to lose that game.
Yeah.
If he's got Trent Williams, he might win it.
I'm sure Biz will update us on the injury corner.
Yeah, I didn't have him in there, but I'm going to check it now.
Yeah, we'll check that out. We'll get onto that after.
So, Ben, you're going to go take us to college from the game of the week.
Unbelievable games. I already just went through the Buffaloes game, and that was nuts, but I would say a slightly higher profile game was Washington Huskies.
Let's look around the room.
I knew you'd enjoy it. Against the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah, you heard of Oregon. 6th ranked Washington, 7th ranked Oregon going into this game. Huge game at this point in the season. Washington, both of them vying for playoff position and trying to push their way into the top 4. Unbelievable game. I've never seen a game go back and forth quite like that. Literally, they alternated scores throughout the game. No one scored twice in a row. They went back and forth throughout the whole game. Crazy. Both of their QBs are going to be first round picks next year. So it was just back and forth, shootout, driving down the field, loads of yards. So
their QBs?
Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. Yeah. So Oregon statistically had a better game, more yards, better efficiency on third down. They had 35 minutes of possession versus Washington's 25. But Washington just kept making plays. They just kept turning up. Their wide receivers are good. That Washington team, I think, has always been a little bit underrated. Like, they were 6th ranked, which obviously isn't underrated, isn't a low rating, but they should probably be the 4th.
Yeah,
they should probably be 4th. But yeah, just kept making plays. It finished 36-33 Washington. Unbelievably close game. Great game. And Washington then went up to 5, and Oregon dropped to 9. Crazy game. I think that's tough for Oregon.
It is tough.
But you take an L and that affects things, right? If you take in more than one loss in the season, you're not really gonna make it into the playoffs probably, unless you're Alabama or Georgia.
I was gonna say Alabama's really the only team I can think of.
Alabama won't make it into the playoffs this year. They're screwed, man. They can't beat anyone. They struggled against Arkansas.
Yeah.
Arkansas Razorbacks. The Razorbacks aren't bad, but Alabama.
Yeah, it goes in circles. They had a production line of great quarterbacks, right? At the college level, they had Tua, they had Jalen Hurts, they had He was the one who just came out.
Slick Money Mac.
Yeah, they have the Slick Money Mac.
Who is Slick Money Mac?
McCorkle.
Oh.
Bro's a baller.
McCorkle.
It looks comfy sitting on the bench.
Yeah. So, and then moving on to my game of the week. For me, it was the Jets versus the Eagles. I thought it was going to be a great matchup between the Eagles offense and the Jets defense, because the Jets defense is what they've got to rely on, right? They can't really rely on Zach Wilson to make the plays to win them the game. So the defense has to come out and make plays, and for the Jets defense to get 3 interceptions, it's a massive game by them. They also kept the Eagles to their low in rushing output for the year, only 80 yards, which is the lowest. And Jalen Hurts didn't look great yesterday. I don't know if he felt like his protection wasn't actually protecting him, because I know Lane Johnson got injured during the game.
Yeah, he looked nervous.
Yeah, he looked very nervous. There were a couple of plays where he could have just made the simple check downs, but he kept like coming back and then trying to go for the deep ball to Devontae Smith and AJ Brown.
Yeah,
and it just didn't work.
He was jumpy.
Yeah, he was. He looked
jumpy. Like I saw one breakdown, like a breakdown of one play where he tried to hit Devontae Smith deep. And Devontae Smith started making the break, and you're like, he's got the angle, just take the shot. And he rolled out, like 3 steps, rolled left, and then threw it into double coverage. I was like, if you throw it straight away, single covered, and you've got maybe the second man gets over, maybe the safety gets over, but it's like he's now double covered. And they got crunched in the middle between 2 of them. I was like, what are you doing? It really was. Just like nervous, putting his receivers in danger. He looked nervous.
So also the Philadelphia, they were up 14-6 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. They never scored again. So they didn't, not a single score in the whole second half.
That's rough.
Yeah, so it was a pretty rough week for the Philadelphia. They're still 5-1. They're top of their division. I think they're second seed in the conference. I don't know, because there's Detroit on 5-1, and there's also 49ers on 5-1. So I don't know who technically is the top seed at the moment. But
we now have no undefeated teams in the league.
Yeah.
Both of them were in our game of the weeks.
Yeah, so
crazy.
It was good to see. Okay, so moving on from game of the week. Now talk to me. What was your moment of the week? And we'll start with Bids.
I think our moment of the week has to be the Titans Ravens games that we were at. Again, we were a lot closer to the field, so we got to see how big those guys are. They're the size of like 5 of us. Like that, we think Dami's wide. These guys are wide.
Wide.
Yeah,
big boys.
Yeah.
Big boys. And we were so close that it almost felt like Lamar was passing to us. We were close, man. You should have caught it. I know you can't catch those, so it's fine.
Come on, man. If it's at a decent height, then I can. Like the dive, I wasn't ready for it. My knee wasn't really set up for the turf, the wind,
the sun got in your eyes.
Yeah, there's some glare from Dami's head.
This is in reference to the videos that you might have seen on Instagram or TikTok, where we did the wide receiver challenge at the NFL London Experience Day. Ben, he can run a route, fair play to him, and he can catch. So
that guy.
Yeah, he was pretty good at it. Bids, he got to the ball, but didn't quite make the catch.
The thing is, there was a few things wrong with his throw, right? He made me have to hesitate. You'll see from the video, these are just all laughing and just pretending not to see it. 1, he threw it bare low at my ankle, so I had to dive for it. 2, I was ready for the ball when he hesitated for a second, so I had to wait there for a second, and this big oaf got a bit closer, and he thinks that he covered me well. The window was there. The window was there early. He didn't throw the ball, then you closed it a little bit, and then he threw it on the floor.
This is classic wide receiver nonsense, isn't it? Blaming the quarterback.
That's exactly what happened. The quarterback for me and quarterback for him. Actually, Dami's
this guy ran a triple move in a space of about 20 yards for no reason at all.
So my intention was just to run a ridiculous route that would break Bids' ankles without thinking, I actually have to catch the ball too. I wasn't thinking about catching the ball. I was thinking about just trying to break Bids' ankles.
I just tried not to trip you over.
You ran directly into him. It was a mess.
Yeah, I'm a physical receiver.
You're not.
You're not
a receiver.
You tripped over. You didn't. What would have been hilarious if you just bodied him, just push him over 5 yards and just walk off.
Yeah, why not? Well, like DK Metcalf, just start slapping guys around the head.
Yeah, just stand over him like, how you gonna catch from down there? Walk off.
Alright, so Biz's moment of the week was the Titans-Ravens game. What about you, Ben?
I put the same thing, but I think more specifically, like the whole experience was crazy. But seeing Lamar Jackson do his thing in person, like up close with that view halfway line, I think on the 50 was pretty nuts. Like seeing him move, seeing his vision, seeing him see the plays develop and making those throws. You just cheering on Flowers the whole way through was
I needed points. I knew my team was struggling. My fantasy team was struggling.
There's a guy in front of us as well who also had Zay Flowers. Like he had his phone up showing us, like, look at the points he's got. He wasn't interested in the game at all. He was like, just throw it to Flowers. He was cheering on specifically Flowers the whole game.
To be fair, the guy behind me was confused because I was cheering on Flowers and I was cheering on Hopkins, and he was like, this guy's cheering for the wrong team.
Whose team are you on? Like one individual player, please. From each team.
Yeah, Hopkins sucked as well. He got me 3 points.
That's
but
brutal.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Seeing him do his thing. Like,
to be fair, we were saying with Lamar, he didn't quite look his old. He didn't look his old self. And I think we said it a couple of times in previous episodes that he is what those physical Russian quarterbacks were supposed to get to protect themselves. But he seemed like he was just sort of bailing out too often.
Yeah,
like
it's because he gets injured every season doing it. So he needs to wisen up.
It looks like he's gone a bit too far the other side.
But the thing is, you say that. I think he's just improved as a passer.
Well,
he was pretty efficient in that game.
True, but I'm talking specifically on the Russian attempts that he tries.
Yeah, they were bad.
They were bad.
They were bad. He had three attempts on that drive inside the 10 and just screwed all of them up. Like one of them was especially bad, where I think he like faked the handoff and then saw the guy in front of him and was like, no, I'm just going to run at you because I have no other option, and just jogged into it. And I was like, he committed to the run immediately without considering other options. He was like, I could throw here still. No, I've already designed it as a quarterback run, so I'll just run directly into this defender. And that Titans Russian defense is no joke. We saw that they were stacked.
They were good.
And saw Jeffrey Simmons nearly get in a fight with Odell Beckham was hilarious.
Jeffrey Simmons
for context, Jeffrey Simmons is over 6 foot. Like I think he's like 6'3", over 300 pounds, and Odell Beckham is like, I don't know, like 185, 200, probably. And he's what, like 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah, he's not that tall.
Just looked like a little boy next to him. And then he started. I think he hit Jeffrey Simmons slightly. Jeffrey Simmons was like, "What are you doing?" And then tried to chase him. Like, it's hilarious. I really enjoyed that. And the game ended, and we all just stood there like enjoying the experience at the end of the game. And then they started beefing at the end of the game as well. Yeah, but the whole thing was great. Anyway, what about you, Dami?
So for me, it was Jabril Peppers, his tackle on Devontae Adams, that actually led to an interception for Jimmy G. So, do you know when we were talking the other day about when receivers, like, the ball goes through their hands and then it ends up as a pick?
Yeah.
I feel this is such a harsh pick on Jimmy G because he's thrown it, the guy's caught it, he's made a play and then just been absolutely smashed in the tackle. The ball goes up in the air and it counts as an interception against Jimmy G. It's that is so dread.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, but that tackle was horrifying. Like, that was a tackle from the longest yard.
You got
yeah, they call it a hit stick tackle. Yeah. It was a brutal tackle, but that was my moment of the week.
Came in at pace and just smashed it.
I like that. Was it like a rugby tackle, or was it just a full on just dash myself at you tackle?
Well, the thing is, he's caught the ball, he's turned, and the guy's just gone. As soon as he's turned, he's just hit him hard,
full body, just like
body,
not like when you spear somebody and your weight is kind of balanced. Like you hit, like you're gonna feel that, but like he put his whole body weight into the hit, like,
and like
it was all hard.
Devontae Adams stopped dead.
Yeah.
Stopped him completely.
Yeah.
Brick wall, just
brick wall.
Yeah.
Crumpled into it.
I think he got some air as well.
Yeah,
he got some air.
Folded him.
Yeah.
Absolutely folded him.
Alright, and now to my favourite segment.
It's my favourite segment too.
Of the week is my fix up list. So this time I'm not trying to inspire.
Why, man? You make it real negative every time. I'm trying to make it an inspirational segment, and you're like, I'm just going to dog everyone in the room.
I'm going to change it up this week. So my first one is...
Wait, hold on. You changed it up last week to try and be nice, and it didn't even really succeed.
You were like 5 for 5 on just dogging everyone in the NFL. And you're like, well, this time I'm going to dog them. Like, what have you done the last 4 weeks? You think you've been inspirational and nice?
So,
all right, go on.
The first one for me is Desmond Ridder. 3 interceptions. You cost your team the game. because they lost by 1 score. And in that NFC South, no team is dominant. No team can say they're the best team in the division. So giving up games the way he does could cost them not only the division title, but possibly a wildcard spot. I think currently they are 7th seed in the NFC. So it wouldn't take a lot for them to actually miss out on the playoffs altogether if he continues the way he's doing.
Yeah.
Also, to give you some stats, he's had 4 games where he's had less than a 32 QBR.
Ooh.
32?
Less than 32.
What's the average?
So, look, let's say 50 QBR is a pretty average game for a quarterback.
That's bad game.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
50?
Yeah, so you would look at a quarterback to get around 60, 70.
Minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's getting less than 32 on 4 separate
Because the only thing I have to
Oh.
judge is I don't look at that
Sure.
stat besides when I'm playing on Madden. So I'm playing Madden, face the franchise as the QB,
Yeah.
and I'm playing on rookie mode just to sort of
Yeah,
get
sure.
into it, yeah. And I'm getting like 150. So I don't. So when I
Is that pass rating?
yeah.
Okay, pass rating and QBR is slightly different.
Oh, what did you say?
QBR. Is that so?
Oh,
QBR's quarterback rating.
Oh,
I think it was a stat made up by ESPN, and then passer rating. You know what? Sometimes it gets confusing. Like, what is the difference between both? But like when you look at the stats for a quarterback, they'll normally have their QBR and then their passer rating. So passer rating's out of 158, I think,
okay.
and then QBR's out of 100.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So realistically, if you're a decent quarterback, you should be getting around 70.
Okay.
And he's gotten 32, less than 32 on 4 separate occasions.
Yeah. It's not good.
So yeah, and there was a clip where they showed Arthur Smith's face when he threw the last 2 interceptions he threw, and you could tell Arthur Smith was like, I need to get rid of this guy.
That's a coach.
Yeah, like I need to get rid of this guy. He's costing them games, and I don't know. He might not believe in Heineke, but I don't think Heineke would play as bad as he does. But again, he's lucky that he's in such a poor division where 3-3 and they're second in the division. It's wild. So Desmond Ridder, you need to fix up. Second of all, Jake Moody. You decide that this game is the game you're going to miss your first field goals in the league.
That's harsh.
Brock Purdy, potential game-winning drive down the field, gets you into field goal range with 9 seconds left, and you miss.
From 41 yards.
41 yards, and 41 yards in the NFL is, they say it's pretty much a chip shot, right?
Yeah. Pretty much a chip shot.
They do. Well, he should be able to make 41 yards as an NFL kicker. Right?
Yeah. I don't know what the percentages are, but it's
Yeah.
probably like 80%,
Yeah.
90%.
Yeah, so and the thing is, I know technically all NFL players, they all have a particular job to do, but you have one job: kick it through that post. Kick it through that post. The team works so hard for you to get the opportunity just to kick it through the post, and you miss it, costing your team the game and their unbeaten record. You need to fix up, man.
I think you need to go in for him.
Yeah, man.
Have you seen my field goals?
Yeah, they were real.
Yeah, don't worry
bad.
about that.
It looked like you tried to miss.
Actually, kind of did, yeah. It looked like
Trust
you were
me, I
trying to
did
hit
not.
that one specific spot in the
Trust
middle
me,
of the netting.
I did not try to miss. And then this third one, I admit it's a bit harsh. Jalen Hurts, you need to fix up.
Damn.
You can't be throwing 3 picks and generating no offense in the second half.
It's true.
Like, we know the Jets' defense is good. Like, no one's going to deny that. But to have no offense in the second half, no points,
Yeah.
3 picks,
Yeah.
for you to look worse than Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
that says a lot.
Yeah, that's rough.
That says a lot. I mean, Zach Wilson doesn't look too bad nowadays. Like, he's actually playing okay, game manager-esque. But
He's just getting more comfortable in the system,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's getting more comfortable in the way Salah wants him to play, and it does. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good ever, but it just doesn't look as bad.
and his last pick, actually, I think it was the second pick, where he threw it and got intercepted by Bryce Hall, and then Breece Hall ran in an 8-yard touchdown. It cost them the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, for him to do that, he needs to fix up.
Yeah, at one point you just said Bryce and Breece Hall. I was baffled. I was just saying, is he playing both sides? He's playing.
Yeah, no, they just
Trying to sound like you got a chance.
Yeah, they got a couple of halls in that team.
Yeah.
So Ben, who needs to fix up in you?
Yeah, this one. This one is more motivational. Because damn. But Josh Allen. So we know Josh Allen can play. he's prone to make a mistake, but that Bills defense has always, well, this year especially, has just carried. So it didn't really matter what he did. Like, he's played well, but behind a stacked defense that has done a lot of heavy lifting, and then he's like, well, I'll just complimentary, just throw the ball around a bunch and try and jump over everyone. But they've been dominating, right? They lose a couple of defensive players. Things look a little shaky against the Giants. He was 19 of 30 for 2 touchdowns and a pick, but against the Giants, everyone's been rinsing the Giants. You can't do that. He didn't score in the first 3 quarters against one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Didn't score at all in the first 3 quarters, and that pick was grim. He just threw it straight to him.
Yeah, he did.
He threw a pick, and it was like, was that really a pick, or did you just? Does that really count? I think the linebacker just stood there okay. He didn't even jump. He just stood there and caught it.
He was looking for the flag.
Yeah, he was did someone? Where's the receiver gone? It was terrible. And the Giants left a touchdown out there at the end of the second quarter as well. They ran into halftime. They were on the 1 yard line, and then Tyrell Taylor didn't get up and spike the ball quick enough. Yeah. So time ran out, and they didn't get a touchdown or even a field goal. They could have taken a field goal there, which is important in that game. But although I will say that the game-winning drive was nice. He did work it down the field and play for the game-winning drive with 4 minutes left. Well, he finished it with 3:45 left on the clock, which is really nice. But nothing in the first 3 quarters. It's tough. So, needs to fix up a little bit. I would just say more motivationally, you've now not got all your defensive players to carry you. Now it's your chance to kind of keep the team going, fix it up a little bit and win the division.
Okay, that is inspirational.
Yeah, I'm not just dogging everyone, man. It's crazy.
Get on my level. So, Biz, who's on your fix-up list?
Mine's a bit of a mix. Similar to last week, I think I told us about tight ends last week. This one I'm going to go kickers in general.
Wow.
So, no, hold on. Not kickers in general I need to fix up, but a couple specific ones I need to fix up. So, a few kickers had good performances. Justin Tucker hit a career high 6 field goals. And Greg Joseph for the Vikings, he went 2 and 3, so he didn't miss one, but the 2 he hit were 50 plus yards.
That's nice.
And they won the game by 6 points. So
Greg Joseph's a bit of money for them.
Yeah, essentially won the game. However, there were some awful performances. You mentioned Jake Moody earlier. He missed 2 field goals in that game, and one of which was that potential game-winning field goal.
Yeah, that's rough.
Blake Grupe for the Saints missed 2 field goals in the game. Jake Elliott missed his only field goal attempt.
No, he's on my fantasy.
Tyler Bass missed 2. It's just poor. That doesn't happen usually in weeks. How often do people actually miss? I'm not sure I've seen many. I'm not sure I've hit many. What's the percentage?
I don't know. I guess it depends on where they're kicking from, etc.
Yeah,
there were quite a few misses this week, and I did just say the Bills need to fix up because they didn't score in the first 3 quarters, but their kicker did miss 2.
Yeah,
but still, I don't know. I'd say it's more Josh Allen, but whatever.
Yeah, kickers in general need to fix up. We showed how hard it is for amateur people, but these are pros. That's the only thing you do.
Yeah,
literally practice 1,000 a day. You're calm. You should be able to hit them from wherever you want.
Yeah. And the only the funny thing about that is as well, you just said Greg Joseph hit 250 plus. It was windy in Chicago at Soldier Field when they played in that game, and he still hit 250 pluses. So no one else has any excuse really.
Yeah, no.
So
some of the ones that they missed were poor, less than 40. It was like chip shot range, like you said, and just chipping it wide.
Yeah.
So general kickers in general, fix up, help your team out.
Fair enough.
And now we're gonna go to injury corner. And who got injured this week, Biz?
Again, quite a lot of people. I think
it is what it is.
Significant. We stick to significant players and most well-known players, most of which are in my fantasy team, which is great.
Just a lot of yellow, a lot of orange.
But I'll start with Dave Montgomery, rib cartilage bruise, just from a big hit. I think it was relatively early on in the game. Ruled him out of the game. Unsure about his return, but I think it's likely to probably miss at least a week.
So peak for him after he's got a touchdown in every game he's played in, and then he gets popped. Done. That's that's what it is.
Justin Fields went down. It was weird. He got tackled, went down, hand sort of hit the floor. He didn't look it didn't really look at like anything, but apparently he's got a thumb UCL ligament injury, potentially getting MRIs and he'll see. But if he's got anything to do with it, it's his right throwing arm as well. So he's gonna be out for some time. And does anyone know who his backup is?
Ooh, no.
Exactly.
Wait, it's not Trevor Simeon, is it?
I don't know. Alright, you have a look at it. We'll come back to that. Ryan Tannehill went out for the Titans. Went out in the game we were watching. High ankle sprain, most likely, which is sort of like 4 to 6 weeks. And is it Malik Willis came into the game?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And there's 2 Titans fans behind us. And they were done as soon as Tannehill went out. They were done. They sat down. They were pissed.
It didn't look good with him in. He just kept running and scrambling.
The first couple times, first couple snaps, he was just scrambling. We were like, he looks kind of alright, but it doesn't look like he knew what the plan was. Exactly. Like he was just seeing these big Russian defenders, and he said, "Nope, I'm out."
Yeah,
and then he started getting caught, and his passing wasn't great. He was throwing it low. His pocket presence wasn't great.
So Justin Fields' backup is Jay Cutler. It's not Jay Cutler, man. Jay Cutler's in his 40s. It's Tyson Bagant.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh, he came into the game.
He came on. The first thing he did was give away a fumble.
Nice. He wasn't ready, man. His hand was shaky.
Nathan Peterman.
Shaky hands like you.
Nathan Peterman's the third choice.
Yeah, I never had that.
That's rough.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Another big one, Christian McCaffrey. With an oblique injury, and Christian McCaffrey's another one who just scores a touchdown every single. Wait, did he score?
Yeah, he still got a touchdown in that game.
Yeah.
Of course he did. Yeah,
freak of nature. So he's got an oblique injury. It's probably like 1 to 2 weeks. He should be back, but knowing him, he'd probably be back sooner. He's just an alien. Deebo Samuel, another player on my team. I had him on the bench, but yeah, he's still on my team. Likely to be a mild AC sprain in the shoulder, which is like 1 to 2 weeks, something like that. Jimmy Garoppolo, who gets injured at least 4 times a season. This guy cannot stay healthy. Is that too low? Guy cannot stay healthy. He back injury. I'm not sure what caused it. You can see he got tackled. You can see like he got up like an 8-year-old man. It didn't look good. Tried to play on, fair play to him, but yeah, he had to come off. Like it didn't look good.
They described injury as spine and organs.
Yeah, he having a CT scan for his spine and organs,
but with an S.
Yeah,
not just a specific, just organs, just everything in this general area.
They all moved around at some point.
Yeah, just everything got shifted.
Yeah, but think about it. So that Devontae Adams hit, right? You don't think something in his body got rearranged after that hit?
Rearranged his insides.
Yeah, man.
Jeez. But then basically every hit you'd be like, well, that guy's got organ injuries. Like, what?
That reminds me, on the Around the NFL podcast as well, they were in London watching the games this week, and they watched the Rugby World Cup's going on at the moment, so they went to watch the Rugby World Cup. I've now watching Ireland, New Zealand.
Yeah.
And they were saying like they thought they were big hits in the NFL. They see all these hits and they're like, yeah, he said every single person on the New Zealand team must be in concussion protocol.
Yeah, rugby's different,
literally,
man.
They're big boys. They hit properly and they fall properly. Like that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
They never had pads, so they don't need to rely on them.
No.
Literally,
they don't throw their whole life at the tackle. They'll tackle them, wrap their hands around.
Well, who was it? It was in commentary a couple of weeks ago, or in the last couple of weeks, said they were the brotherly shove in Philadelphia was like a rugby scrum, and he was like, no.
It was an Eagles player.
Yeah, I can't remember who. He was like
defensive player.
Yeah, he was like
Myalala.
Yeah, I can't remember, but he was like, you if you're saying this is like a rugby scrum, you've never even been anywhere near a rugby scrum, because that's no joke. Yeah, like. So.
And his plan, the other team can actually push back.
Yeah,
you've got no chance.
You're
just gonna crumble.
Yeah.
Couple more. Trevor Lawrence had some knee discomfort when he came off, but probably should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield, thumb contusion later in the game. Didn't miss any time. I think he's had an X-ray already, and it was negative. Kyron Williams, a bit of an ankle injury. He's pretty up and coming this week. He's a rookie. Is he a rookie?
Is he a rookie this year?
I'm not sure.
I thought he was a rookie, but he's having his breakout year.
Yeah, he's having a breakout year.
Yeah.
Ankle injury. he left without a boot, so that's a good sign that he should be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a couple other sort of offensive line, Lane Johnson and Trent Williams both got injured.
Those are big injuries.
Yeah, mentioned them earlier. Not too sure what I think Trent Williams was an ankle injury.
It was.
Ankle sprain. I'm not sure what Lane Johnson was. I couldn't find that. But yeah, a lot of big names again.
Yeah. Sorry, Kyron Williams is in his second year, got drafted in 2022 in the 5th round, but yeah.
A lot of big names to add to the big names over the last couple of weeks. It's pretty crazy, like. Everyone's glad to see teams getting decimated.
It looks like looks like a lot of these guys are back though.
Yeah.
Maybe a week. Lane Johnson and Trent Williams.
I think the good news for this week is there's no season-ending
ACLs.
Season-ending injuries that we know of. I've even been doing my ACL count. I don't even know. My guy hasn't been posting anything. So.
Gone quiet on the ACLs.
Yeah, quiet on the ACLs. Surprising. It's been like 2-3 weeks. Nothing.
Wow. Okay.
Well, fingers crossed that continues.
Yeah. That's right. That'll do.
Yeah. All right then. So we talked about what our game of the week was for week 6. Now we move into week 7. So Ben, what is your game of the week prediction?
So I'm thinking Eagles Dolphins. I like that matchup. I like the look of that. I think that could turn into a shootout pretty quickly. Like, no one seems to be able to stop the Dolphins just passing on them all over the place. Tyreek Hill.
Bills?
Yeah, but this Eagles defense is not the Bills defense. And also the Bills defense isn't even the Bills defense anymore. So literally no one has that level of defense anymore. Like, the Browns could maybe give them some trouble. That would be very interesting as well. But the Eagles have given up a lot of yards in the air. But that's mostly because they're going up big on teams, and in garbage time everyone's throwing on them.
Sure.
But everyone's throwing on them. Yeah, but if that happens in Miami, like, they're going to throw all over them. And Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are balling out, especially Tyreek Hill. He's just a freak. He's so quick.
Yep.
No one seems to be able to properly cover him apart from the Bills. So I think that's going to be a great game.
I've got a really wacky theory, and you're going to tell me immediately. You're going to tell me it makes no sense.
Cool.
Why don't teams rush 3 and just fill the backfield with fill the secondary with DBs?
Will they not just rush then?
Yeah, but then get your linebackers up. So have 4 linebackers.
Okay, and have them drop into coverage.
Yeah, have a couple drop into coverage and have a couple, and then.
So you're rushing 5.
Yeah, well, technically, yeah.
So you're not saying.
No. But you're stopping. You're going to stop the run. You're going to stop the run with 5, but then you're still going to have another 6, right? No.
So, okay. So basically, anything that you're going to say there. So I think I see what you're trying to say, which is you rush 3. You have 2 linebackers who are there, ready to stop the run.
Yeah.
And then you have 6.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah.
Okay. So the problem with that is, you're inevitably going to then have 3 or 4 receivers. So tight end, probably 3 receivers. You can't cover them for an unlimited amount of time.
Yeah, true.
So if you only rush 3 and that offensive line is worth anything at all, you're giving a quarterback a lot of time. Now, if it's a bad quarterback, then you might want to take that risk.
For sure.
If it's Tua with Tyreek Hill, do you not think Tyreek... Because what happens is after the play originally breaks down, which normally most routes, you've got like a couple of seconds and the route ends. What do you think they all do after that and the quarterback hasn't thrown the ball?
They
scramble.
Yeah, they scramble.
And that's uncoverable. So this is why you have the 2.5 second like internal clock that most QBs have, right? So most QBs have a 2.5 second internal clock, and you probably want to be throwing the ball because most of the times if you're getting rushed by 4 or more, well, 4, if it's more than 4, you've probably got much less time than that, or less time than that. But if you're getting rushed by 4, you've probably got 2.5 seconds to get rid of that ball. If you've got more time than that, you're gonna find an open receiver if you're a good quarterback. Okay. Like you will, someone will get open, especially someone quick like Tyreek Hill, because you can't zone cover that forever. Yeah. Because how do you cover those lanes? It's too big a field, and he'll just come short, and then no one will be able to see him coming because they've all got their backs to him. And those 2 linebackers you said are just covering the run are just stood there, covering nothing, or maybe even trying to drop into coverage. And what you want someone like who's a linebacker you think's good?
Micah Parsons.
Cool. You think Micah Parsons is going to even get anywhere near covering Tyreek Hill?
I think Fred Warner could.
You think Fred Warner's got the pace on Tyreek Hill? when he's not looking at
but
him.
the thing is, no player in the NFL has the pace on
Exactly
Tyreek
my
Hill,
point.
but people can cover him, right?
Also with a standing stop, because they're probably gonna have a standing stop because they're just starting to start. Sorry, because they're just there waiting, and then he's just gonna be running around, scrambling around the whole pitch. He's got you.
Given that kind of time, you will get yards, and even if that doesn't happen, quarterback can scramble.
Yeah.
So it's a risk. That's why most teams usually rush 4.
Yeah.
Because if you have at least one decent pass rusher, you'll probably get to the QB within kind of 2.5, 3 seconds, and that means that as long as you're playing decent coverage, you've got a fairly reasonable chance of stopping the play.
Sure.
And it's difficult for the QB to then run. So
basically, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a risk. It's a risk, right? You see defensive schemes and things like that change all the time because you want to give the QB different looks. If you run the same defensive play every single time, you're going to get cooked regardless because they'll be like, are they just rushing 4 every time and doing the exact same zone coverage? Oh, okay, cool. We'll just adapt to that.
Yeah.
So they have to change their coverage every time and their defensive strategy. So, I mean, if you did that play once, it might work because
not every time.
If you do that more than once, you're going to get cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say. But I like the Eagles-Dolphins, and I think that could turn into a shootout. And I think, especially because the Eagles are coming off their first loss of the season, well-coached teams and good teams often then bounce back the following week. Sure. So you expect them to be better, you expect Jalen Hurts to be better, and that could be a real good game.
Okay. What about you, Biz?
I'm going to go for Chiefs and Chargers. As we speak, the Chargers haven't played the Cowboys, that's tonight. But we're going into the game 2 of 2. What? 2 wins, 2 losses.
Yeah.
Depending on how it goes, it's a divisional matchup.
Yeah.
Need to win that game if they want a serious chance of topping the division. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't think it'll be as much of a shootout as the Eagle. Actually, it could be.
It could be.
It could be. Chargers defense isn't very good. Chiefs haven't been very good. They're what? They're 5-1. 5-1 now.
Yeah,
they're 5-1 now. But have they been blowing anyone's minds?
The only team they blew out were the Bears, and this was when the Bears were terrible.
Yeah.
And the Bears have slightly improved, but the Chiefs' defense is really good.
Yeah, the Chiefs' defense
really good.
Way too good. Well, like we said before as well, and pretty much everyone I watch in terms of NFL commentary and podcasts and stuff have a similar opinion, which is that the Chiefs don't seem to be playing properly. They're doing weird design practice plays. Like that game on Thursday was,
against the Broncos.
Yeah, against the Broncos. That was not serious. It's like Andy Reid was like, right, well, we've got our usual kind of 100-play playbook. No one's allowed to look at that for the week. And we'll go with some new stuff and we'll see what happens. Well, none of our original plays.
I told you about that play where they did the tush push.
I hate that so much, man.
They did the tush push, but they got the punter to push the tight end.
Yeah, it looks stupid.
To tush push the tight end.
So it was a fake punt?
Yeah.
Smallest cat on the field.
Just him?
Punter, tiny guy.
Just him pushing?
Yeah.
He got behind. The reason why it's called the tush push, he couldn't reach up to get his back. He's like going from the ass.
There was no shot.
He just all cheeks. Man, it's silly.
Did they get a first down?
No, of course they didn't.
But this is why they only won by. This is why they won. What was it? 19-8.
19-8.
Yeah. That defense is no joke. But they only need to score 19 to beat their spread as well. The spread was 10.5. They still beat the spread, only scoring 19.
Yeah.
They haven't. I don't think anyone has scored more than 12 on them
since the Lions.
Since the Lions.
First week of the season. 12?
5 games, no one scored more than 12 on them. That defense is crazy. If Chris Jones stays healthy and that defense stays healthy, people are talking, the Chiefs look beatable because this. I was like, the Chiefs don't look beatable at all. If he suddenly decides to actually play properly and be like, right, we're going to play properly, because they're giving them weird looks. This is what the Chiefs are doing. The Chiefs are playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers, man. They're playing chess every year. They throw silly plays, crazy stuff. They try random stuff. They'll lose a couple of games, but they just accept that because they're like, we'll win our division.
Yeah.
If we're ever in doubt, we'll play properly. This is why I think this Chargers game they're going to turn up, because there'll be no messing around in the first half of this game. This is a divisional matchup. They have to win this game. I think we're going to see the Chiefs show up. Kelsey's getting 100, 150, couple touchdowns probably. Pacheco's going to get his game time as well. I think this could be a big game.
Patrick Mahomes owns the Chargers as well.
Yeah.
He owns them.
Yeah.
I don't think he's lost to them as a starter.
I'm not sure, but
Definitely hasn't lost to the Broncos as a starter.
Yeah, people are knocking this receiver core.
Division, man.
Yeah, people are knocking the receiving core, being like, yeah, Rashee Rice isn't that great, Tony's not that great. Like, it's like,
I mean, it was the first game that has got this in people's minds.
Like Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
He hasn't dropped a pass since.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dropped a pass since.
No.
Dropped 5. He dropped 4-5 in game 1.
I think it was 3.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it's one too many.
It's too many. But I don't think he's dropped a pass since.
Yeah.
I honestly think that if they decide to, he'll just ball out. Yeah, Patrick as well. Another sneaky tip on this one. I reckon Patrick Mahomes will rush for more than 25 yards as well.
Yeah, I think he'll have to.
He'll rush 25. Kelsey's getting 100 plus, maybe 150.
Let's see what your betting tips say.
Yeah, we'll chat about. Well, we'll talk later. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a banging game. I like that pick.
Yeah, he's going to be scrambling away from Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack ain't getting 6 in one game, man.
Has he got any more?
I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to get.
He's saving it all.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get. I don't think he's going to get 6 the rest of the season. I think he'll finish on 10 or less.
Well, they're playing the Raiders again, so maybe he will.
Oof. Jimmy G is backish.
Good.
Yeah, by the time he's back, his organs might be fine.
They don't know, they got Brian Hoyer.
Rather Jimmy G with no spleen, to be honest. But damn.
Yeah, and
anyway, damn it, yeah.
And for me, it's Ravens versus Lions. I think it's a really good matchup. The Lions are the darlings of the NFC. They're 5-1. They have they've looked good in every game they played. They beat the Chiefs. Yes, we talked about the Kadarius Toney dropped passes. There was Chris Jones.
Yeah.
But you still have to beat the team in front of you, right?
Still
and
lost,
they beat them, and they looked good doing it. So 5-1, and the Ravens, after their disappointing game against the Steelers, they looked good against the Titans. It couldn't have been easy coming to the UK.
Yeah.
It would almost feel like a short week for them because of all the travelling.
You're saying because they might have been a bit starstruck because they saw us there?
Yeah, no.
You don't see my hands in the wide receiver challenge.
No. But yeah, I think that's going to be a really good game. I don't know. I'm not going to make my prediction on who wins that game yet because I just need to see if the Ravens have any more injuries because they always seem to get like 5 injuries a game.
Well, the Lions are playing already -1 touchdown because Montgomery's not playing.
Yeah, that makes it interesting.
Yeah.
And Jameer Gibbs is out as well.
Oh, is he on as well?
Well, he just didn't play this week, and I don't think he played last week as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, they got Amon-Ra, so
true, but he's
anyone else.
Yeah, he's been injured. He's had a couple injuries this season as well. Like, if you just throw it to him the whole game, he's gonna get busted down.
Sam Laporta?
Yeah, Laporta.
Sam Laporta's been good.
Yeah,
They're a bit banged up.
Game this week, but yeah.
They're a bit banged up, and that Ravens defense, we saw it in person, is no joke. That's top. They're top 3 in every category. They are nuts good.
How good was it seeing that pick from Ryan Tannehill?
Ooh.
That as soon as he threw it, you knew it.
And the whole thing is a pick.
Yeah, no, that was good. All right, and then back to a segment that we introduced last week. It's called Bold Take. So, Bids, what is your bold take for? Is it for week 7 or is it for the rest of the season?
It's kind of end of the season going into next season.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And again, I made this up just for this episode. So I'm gonna go with there are gonna be 5+ up to like 8-9 teams looking for first round quarterback in the draft.
That's a lot of teams.
8 or 9?
Yeah.
That's a lot of teams.
That's a bag of boys.
That's a lot of teams.
It's a whole bag.
Okay, wait. What are these teams?
So I was writing them down just before.
Okay.
And you tell me what you think about them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah. I would love to, but we just paid him $40 million. So yeah. So
I might trade him.
Who's trading for Daniel Jones?
Someone stupid.
One of these teams on this list.
Fair enough. Okay, go ahead.
You said in the market for a few.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't trade around.
The Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vikings.
Ooh. Okay.
That's out there.
Okay.
It's not a bad challenge.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't.
Some of them are ropey.
Yeah.
Some of them are ropey.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Panthers.
Oh, they're not gonna give up Bryce Young.
Wait, no, sorry, that was Patriots.
Oh, What?
Yeah.
Slick
Okay.
Money Mac.
No, I did. I don't know why I remember.
Cool.
Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Patriots, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Patriots are already in the market for a new quarterback.
Yeah.
They benched him twice in the last 3
they
weeks.
signed up Malik Cunningham from the practice squad and gave him a 3-year contract.
Yeah. That's not
What, for like a $5?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, 700 grand probably, but okay, fine.
Titans.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, he's not going to last much longer in Tennessee.
Yeah, and Malik Willis looks
He
tragic.
looks scared.
Fearful every time he takes the
I
next
mean, they have Will
field.
Levis on the roster.
I mean, true, but they clearly don't trust him.
I mean,
Well,
I don't think he won the QB2 battle with Malik Willis.
no, he didn't.
So yeah.
Well, I think it's probably going to be what they tried to what the Packers did with Jordan Love. Let him sit behind 2-3 years, and we'll see. Because Will Levis was raw when he came out, so I don't think anyone was like, yeah, he'll start. Like I think the plan was to have him sit and see what happens, because he could be good in 2 years' time, but. Shopping for a quarterback might be what they're up to.
I don't know. All I got from him was just in the draft. I didn't see him play in college or anything, but just from what I got for him from the draft and his sort of demeanour, I don't think he's a sort of player or person who wants to just sit.
No.
I feel like he wants to play, and that's going to affect him going forwards. I don't think he's going to be one that is performing that well in training. He's not going to be showing up. He's going to be like, well, they don't want me to play anyway, so why am I here?
But
that's based on very limited
no.
or no information.
I wasn't going to disagree with you. I was just saying it's just in the NFL. It's not like football or soccer where you can just go, I'm not getting game time here. I'm going to go on loan to the championship or like
go to XFL.
Yeah, like literally, if you're not playing,
PJ,
you're out of the league.
Yeah, PJ Walker won the 2020 title in XFL. He was like the passing leader, so have that big game for the Browns now.
All right. Who else?
Okay.
Intrigued.
Jets.
Oh yeah, valid.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually no. Aaron Rodgers won't let that happen.
Yeah, but how Aaron Rodgers might not be Aaron Rodgers when he gets back.
Yeah, but he's got another season.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, could be looking for his replacement to sit behind him and come in next season.
Yeah.
I mean, Salah seems to really trust Zach Wilson because he could have gone for a backup.
I think he would
a lot sooner than he did.
A lot better if he could.
I mean, I think he waited to like week 4, week 5 to get a backup quarterback, and Zach Wilson could have easily gotten injured even after week 1. So
yeah,
I think he trusts him.
Yeah, I don't think the Jets is crazy. But Aaron Rodgers will probably veto any big time quarterback coming in.
Or choose one. Falcons.
Yeah, valid.
I don't like Desmond Ridder, man.
Yeah, we know, man. You just annihilated him and you're fix up. This is not fix
no
up.
time for Desmond Ridder, man.
That's like resurrect his career. Not you, poor guy. Damn.
And the last one, Browns. I told you, a couple of them are out there.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's bold.
I mean, that's going to be expensive if they do.
Yeah, it's bold.
I'm going based on what I've seen from their QB ones this season, rather than all that other nonsense about the salary cap and that.
There's a couple I think are interesting that you didn't have in there.
Go on.
I've got one.
Denver.
That's what I was going to say.
The thing is, I had Denver in, and then I took them out.
Yeah, I mean it'd be expensive, but they would need to move off of him now because if they don't move off of him next year, he's really expensive. It gets expensive next year. Basically, if you get rid of him now or you keep him, it's a similar price overall, but you then don't have him stinking up the joint, like Dami says.
Yeah.
And 49ers.
Oh wait, my BR might have been Broncos, but I'm stick with Browns as well.
What are these notes, man?
I didn't want you not seeing them. I didn't want you not seeing them.
Can't even understand his own notes. Garbage.
What, hot garbage?
Hot garbage, man. Guy was confused by Patriots and Panthers.
No, I did write both. I made a mistake by writing Panthers.
49ers?
Nah.
Well, the thing
It
is,
depends how the season goes, to be fair.
so wait, he's in his 2nd year, right? So really, they don't have to pay him until his 4th year, 4th or 5th year, or they can pick up the 4th year option.
Pick up the 5th year option,
Yeah, you even said that. Why would not just stick with it? They put someone out as cheap as possible, see if it works.
But if it doesn't work for the 2nd year in a row, where you've got...
Is this the second? Wait, it didn't work last year?
Well, they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Wasn't win the Super Bowl. He got injured.
Sucks to be them.
It's true. Yeah, it's
tragic for you. But
I don't think that counts as not working.
But it does count as a year of getting closer to having to pay everybody. They're paying everybody. Their left tackle is expensive. They've got stacked defense. Everyone's about to get paid in like 2 years' time. So you better win a Super Bowl now. Otherwise, you're going to have to shift some players and hope you hit on some draft picks.
I mean, they paid Trent Williams. They just paid Bosa.
Yeah.
I mean, they got CMC last year.
Expensive, 20 million.
Ayuk, because Ayuk's going to get paid
Ayuk's
soon.
about to get paid.
He's the same class as Jefferson.
Yeah, Ayuk's about to get paid.
Draft class as Jefferson. Like
this team is about to get...
probably needs to get paid, or if he hasn't been paid.
George Kittle, yeah. This team is about to get very expensive, and you're not going to be able to afford everybody. But you're not paying a quarterback, so great. But then what happens
when you need to pay a quarterback?
When you need to either pay a quarterback or you're not winning.
Yeah.
Like you're either trying to win a Super Bowl or you're not. And if you're trying to win a Super Bowl and then 2 years in a row you make it to the championship game, or not even, like they may not make it to the championship game, but we think they probably will because they're a great team. But if you then don't win it again, and he's healthy and they don't win it, what do you do then? You want to ride with it again? They're not going to be better next year. I don't think they'll be better next year. I think the chance that they'll be worse next year unless Brock Purdy suddenly gets a lot better. You think he's playing great. I think he's playing... You love him, man.
I did not say he was playing great.
You said he's the best quarterback in the world ever. Is this Brock?
Yeah.
Brock Herbert.
It'll be next week.
Yeah.
And then next year.
You're just going to paint him red. Like just... It's Brock.
Yeah, but think about it. Look what the Rams did, right? They traded all them picks. What did they call it? F them picks, right?
Yeah.
They traded all their picks, but it worked because they won.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
And then last year they were god awful.
Yeah.
Right?
This
year they're surprisingly good. I mean, Puka Nakua.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Puka comes back to himself.
And Tutu Atwell, like
good
no one really
pickups,
saw that coming with those three. Two of them.
I don't think the 8 or 9 you put there are crazy, but there's even a couple more you could probably add. But I think some of those are pretty rogue. Like I don't know about the Vikings and the Panthers. But
see what I say if with Brock Purdy, if it's not working for all these years, he's not winning them anything, is he?
Yeah, but none of them.
I'm all for Captain Kirk, but he's not winning them anything, is he?
Well, valid. Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's mine.
Nice.
All right, so Ben, what's your bold take?
So my one I did last week is done already because both of the undefeated teams lost. I was like 49ers, you can get that 12-1 for them to go undefeated. Lose to the Bears, lose to the Browns. That's that's tough. But I said to you last week, and I'm going to say it again now, which is Bengals to win the AFC North.
Yeah, they're bottom at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's because they're divisional head to head.
Yeah.
But they are 3-3, and the Ravens top. And they're only on 4-2.
Yeah,
so they're not far off.
You get 4-1 right now on the Bengals to win the division. 4-1 on the Bengals to win the division. Yeah. So I like it. I think the Bengals bring it back. They were the bottom favourites to win the division. They're now not. They're now not bottom. They're now third favourites to win the division. But last week they were bottom favourites of 4-1, and they're now still 4-1, but third favourites. Someone's 5-1. I think it might be. Who is it? Can't remember. Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers are 5-1 to win it now. But yeah, I like the Bengals to win it. I'd say they're cooking. Yeah. You said Seattle were going to give them problems, and they did give them problems. But you were like, Seattle are going to win that game. I was like, Seattle will win this game.
I mean, they had the ball in the red zone in the last minute.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Anyway,
wow.
Talk to us, Dami. What's your bold take?
So my bold take is that Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC.
Go to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game. They win the NFC Championship game. Ooh, who against?
I think they play against the 49ers.
And they beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
He does not rate your boy.
No.
Do you know what?
Don't listen to him, fake Brock.
I love me some Dan Campbell, man.
Me too.
He's a great... I would love to... Like, if I was any good at American football and I was a professional, I'd love to play for Dan Campbell.
He would roast you for being too clumsy, man.
Yeah, he would.
He would cook you for being too clumsy.
But he just seems like a coach that would inspire you to like run through a brick wall for him. I love him. I love Amon-Ra Brown. Jared Goff's balling out. He's playing very well.
Yeah,
that Lions defense is good. Aiden Hutchinson is a brilliant player.
Warrior. Or Waluigi.
Waluigi. Someone said he runs like Waluigi. I can't unsee it.
Too funny, man. With his like big steps swinging arms. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy that.
Just hear the soundtrack as well.
If you haven't seen it, there's a clip going around of Aiden Hutchinson rushing to I can't remember who he was playing against, but to sack the quarterback. and he has like a crazy run where he looks like Waluigi's running. It's funny. We'll post it on socials, and Dami, you'll find it.
I'll post it on socials.
It was funny. Yeah, very funny.
All right, and then on to our final segment of the week. So Ben, he normally gives us bankers or betting tips that can make us money. He has made a bit of money, but not as much money as we would have liked. So
yeah, we'd like a little bit more. We'd like a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
I'd like something.
hey, we had a 8-1 a few weeks ago. So if you'd put 10 quid on every single prediction that I've done, you'd still be up 20 quid right now.
Don't bet £10. I bet £1.
Okay, but I was just giving a number. You understand my point. If you put £1 on, you'd still be up £2. You see my point. If you've done, you'd still be up. Is all I'm saying. But that's not enough. We want to be taking in the big bills.
Sure.
So the Broncos game went sort of as expected.
Yeah.
So Russ threw a pick instead of a touchdown, which wasn't part of the plan. I was like, because I thought he was going to charge downfield and get a touchdown on the first play, which is where we we're going to get our 7 points in the first quarter. And he was moving the ball and then just threw a tragic pick. What are you doing? Just killed it. And then Kelsey touchdown, I mean. As a weird game, weird play calls that we spoke about before. We spoke about this game already, but fully experimenting, knowing they could win the game pretty much at any point. So they were just playing around. A couple of picks from Mahomes, who's still figuring it out with his receivers, but just playing rogue. And I thought that game would go differently, but I mean, now we see what the Chiefs are really doing, which is just playing around, trying stuff.
So every game's a practice game.
Yeah.
Until the Super Bowl.
This Chargers one could be juicy, so we might see what we put together. Yeah. And then the Sundays ones were all looking good. Mostert crushed it. Yeah. We were looking really good, and then Mixon let us down. 12 rush attempts for only 38 yards. Really poor. Mostert did this thing as expected, but damn, like nothing for Mixon in a game that looked like it was going to be heavy rushing. Bit disappointing, but we'll keep going. We're still up a little bit, but yeah. Keep following along. We'll put some more up each week. You'll already see the Thursday ones. They'll be live by the time this comes out. And then usual Sunday nights will be out Saturday night. Usually sometime. But we're getting close.
Yeah.
We're really close.
I've been trying to put on just random ones. I think anything above 1,000 to 1, I'm just trying to get as many crazy ones as I get. Some of them weren't far off.
You put so many touchdown scorers in that one we were in the stadium.
No, but I just clicked on every touchdown scorer in the
what?
Crazy.
What, like Justice Hill?
He didn't even look.
Everything that was on there, just tapped them all.
He didn't even look. He was like, "What do you think about this?" And I was like, "What?" And he just pressed everything.
Seriously, I just pressed them all. Just funny.
Devin Duvernay, you saw a touchdown.
He just put everything. He had it in order of the the likely touchdown scorer, and then he just went with the top 10 most likely touchdowns.
Top 10?
I think he might have done 16.
Nah, it was 10. You can't. That was 10.
It was 10 max.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
It was a lot.
I think 6 scored a touchdown.
That's not enough.
It's almost there.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
But we'll keep going, and we'll get one of these one day. Some of those bigger ones were very close to coming in. So I think one of these days we're gonna hit a big 50, 60, 70 to 1, and everyone's gonna be chuffed.
It's gonna be my selection.
Every time you put it on, it doesn't come in. So can you just stop?
Yeah, you're a bad judge.
Yeah, man, you're killing off the whole thing, man.
Yeah, you're killing the vibe.
Yeah. You ruined everything.
Alright, guys, is there anything else we want to add, or can we let our audience go?
Just one more. I think on a slight side note, CJ Stroud threw his first interception this week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many attempts it ended up being.
It was around 190.
Yeah.
So he broke the record.
Yeah, he broke the record.
Easily broke the record. Yeah.
Yeah. Just kept going. Like, imagine if his rookie season didn't throw a single interception.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
no way. Like, it won't happen until it happens.
Yeah. I don't think it's
insane.
That'd
be insane.
Yeah.
Also, have you seen, quick side note, have you seen that the Carolina Panthers, I think it's Frank Reich and some of the Carolina Panthers coaches have basically said that they wanted to get CJ Stroud, but their owner basically forced them to get Bryce Young.
No?
Yeah.
Why do we know this? That should come out.
Yeah, so basically there was a video. So I think they brought in CJ Stroud for a workout before the draft, and one of the coaches was like, "Oh yeah, I'll see you on the basketball court when you're in Charlotte," and yeah,
that's
dreadful. And Frank Wright basically said that the owner, he comes into a lot of the meetings and says a lot of stuff.
I mean, they were right. They should have got CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud looks a lot better than Bryce Young.
A lot better.
This is just more evidence that owners just need to get out of the room.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Jones kills me.
He talks a lot.
He says way too much. He's so involved. Causes problems more than it helps so much. Oh yeah, that's rough. How do you feel for your Bryce Young, man? He's trying his best.
He is.
That team sucks, and he's trying his
He
best.
just needs to grow, man.
Just
grow
be big.
and be better.
Just be big.
Grow and be better.
Damn. Okay.
Well, there's that surgery that can
Yeah,
make
he's
you
done,
like 6 inches
Oh.
long. There is that surgery.
That doesn't look good at all.
Nah.
Mess with your whole leg.
Yeah, I mean, after the surgery, like literally none of them could walk.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course they
obviously.
can't, man.
Yeah.
Moving like a velociraptor. Well, you know that little hop that doesn't work, man. It doesn't look like you're moving right.
Can you do that one more time?
I'm not doing it again. just rewind it and play it back. Yes. Yeah. No.
Oh, on that note.
On that note,
Yeah, as always, like, subscribe, write a review, anything. It all helps us a lot. 5 stars is preferable, but you know, whatever you say what you're going to say. But we appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Whatever you say what you're gonna say.
Relax, man.
Okay, cool.
Alright, peace.
We'll catch you in the next one.